These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in times of crisis, shrink from service to their country. Yet those who stand with it deserve the love and thanks of man and woman. Tyranny like hell is hard to conquer. Yet we have this consolation. The harder the fight, the more glorious the victory. That which is obtained easily, we esteem too lightly. These words were written by Thomas Paine and used at this location to encourage what was left of the Continental Army to drive on and to never give up. I'm standing in the spot where General Washington, on a last leg of hope, on December 25th, 1776, pushed what was left of his Continental Northern Army through a blizzard to, in the middle of the night, drag about 2,500 men, horses, artillery, what little gear that they had, to cross this spot, knowing that on the other side there was a 10-mile hike south to Trenton, New Jersey, where there waited about 1,500 of the best trained mercenaries in the world at the time, hired by British to quickly squash the rebel army. Now, this army comprised mostly of farmers, normal everyday people, men, volunteer women, like today had been left to dry by their supposed Congress, who was fleeing Philadelphia under fear of death. They were not paid, although they were promised to be paid, but they were not paid. Very ill-rationed, ill-supplied. Men had rags on their feet for lack of shoes. There was a bloody trail through the snow where the army had been marching, yet they did not give up. And they didn't do it because of the gloriousness of the someday idea of the United States of America. They did it because they were sick and tired of tyranny, oppression, taxation. They were sick of being pushed around, told how to live, what to do, quartering soldiers in their homes against their will. They had already been defeated in New York. After a victory, the British Army came back very well armed, very well supplied, and pushed General Washington out of New York. The Continental Army was dwindling. Desertion was huge. Sickness was taking lots of lives. And on top of that, Washington knew that most of his men had contracts that were set to expire at the turn of the year. And so he had no choice. What we have to deal with today is nothing compared to what they had to do. This river was pretty much frozen over, but for a small current. Sideways blizzard, I mean, you can imagine. This is Pennsylvania, Jersey, Christmas Day. What I say this for is that today's conflicts, the fighting, the political bickering, shallows in comparison to what Americans have been through. And we all like to look at things through the filter of our daily life and what we see and what we know. But we're good. The country has been through worse. It will prevail. We owe it to the men who crossed this spot with nothing but a glimmer of hope, and took upwards of 1,000 Hessian soldiers captive and out of the war, inspiring the colonies to back the war, inspiring people to sign new contracts, inspiring the country. Colonies. 13 colonies. Farmers, workers, blacksmiths, cooks, to stand against the greatest tyranny that the world would continue to know. The British Army didn't go anywhere. We fought the War of 1812 against the British, a second round. We had to do this twice. What we are going through now will pass. We will come out. Winston Churchill said that Americans will do everything, let me rephrase that, we will do the right thing, but only after trying the wrong thing, every wrong thing, first. We will find a solution. We will press on. We will persevere. Thank God for General Washington. Thank God for the Continental soldiers. God bless America. The spot. This is where it happened.